when you bring up A.J. Brown, he has certainly put some cryptic posts out there that have been more towards the negative. And he has, I guess in his defense, stepped up and talked about some of the negative things that he feels about his football team publicly to the media. He has certainly done that. But this was just, a picture of him. And I think everybody's interpreting that as Jayden Reed is back. And I guess I'm asking you, as the doctor of the program and the former professional football player of the program, so tomorrow would be 10 weeks since it has happened.
Yes.
Would he be able to play?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Even with just a week of practice.
When was Aaron?
I think Aaron was 8 weeks.
Yeah, so 10, you're fine. I think it's 6 weeks to heal.
Okay.
I think a broken bone is 6 weeks.
Because once he had the surgery to repair the clavicle, he also had the surgery for the foot.
Mm-hmm.
But then the foot was ready to go before the clavicle.
Yes. This would be the time to roll him out.
So a third-year player.
Yes.
You cool with him just having a week of practice?
I mean, he's going to be on a pitch count, right?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Yeah,
this is why I'm
15.
asking you.
15 to 20 plays in the slot. Take him a while to get his legs back.
Because
it's different, it's different. It's so much different catching a ball in the cold than it is in good weather.
I guess the area I was operating from was, okay, they're going to open the window this week. Because LaFleur kind of gave the little bleep-eating grin when he was asked about it on Monday.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you going to open up the window and some guys? No, I certainly hope so. And I just took that to mean, okay, they're going to open the window on Jayden.
Yeah.
I guess maybe on Lloyd too. But Lloyd obviously needs more time to at least just practice because the dude just hasn't played any football in the last year and a half because of the injuries he's had to deal with. But for Reed, I assumed, okay, they'll take him through practice this week. If he doesn't get activated for Sunday, I doubt he gets activated for Thursday because it's just such a tight turnaround window. And you're not doing any actual practicing next week anyway in preparation for the game on Thanksgiving. So I looked at that Bears game. But maybe he could play this weekend.
I would say no this weekend. Thanksgiving, yes. I can tell you what he's not going to like, or it's going to take some getting used to, is the old jet sweep. Because when you have a broken collarbone, I don't care how long it's been, there's a timeline as to don't hit me.
Yeah.
And when you're a receiver, you can always get down. Mm-hmm. I suppose you can in a jet sweep, but I wouldn't be comfortable with that right away.
I wouldn't. I can't imagine they're going to give him.
Which is what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you want the jet sweep to go away?
And they did not throw a bubble screen last week. I just want the record to reflect that there were 0 bubble screens thrown last week. I think Savion Williams only played 2 snaps.
Yeah.
One of which was the one, the ball that he caught on the scramble drill.
He's not going to make a difference right away, but I think in the end, I mean, it affords them to go 4 wides and feel more comfortable now. And you can put, who's the DB slipping?
Oh, Mo Belton.
You can put
Mo Belton. Bo Melton.
Bo Melton back on defense.
Mo Belton. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I got to imagine. And Bo only played, I think he only played the one play where he took the end around this last week, and that was it. I think that was the only play of offense that he played.
Yeah. And they're going to need that. I mean, we're all been waiting for Watson and Golden to be on the field at the same time. Right?
Well, so I guess that becomes the other complicated part of this, right?
Yeah.
For the entire year, it seems like LaFleur has been balancing, okay, we got to keep everybody happy. We don't want to have anyone be upset. And Malik Heath, something happened there, right? He was left behind.
Yes.
They decided to leave him behind, and he was not active for the game. And I'm guessing he was upset that, well, Bo Melton, who's been a cornerback, played more snaps than he did in the previous game.
Mm-hmm.
So you saw the first instance of somebody being upset about playing time.
Yeah.
But how do you start to balance it with Romeo, with Watson, with Golden, with Wicks, and now with Jaden Reed?
They're just going to go splitting up time, you know?
But what if people aren't happy about that?
You probably,
it seems like
who's going to get less reps is tight ends.
Yeah, that's possible.
The thing that scares me is crappy weather.
What do you mean by that?
With the running game that's not really humming.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and
takes away the deep ball because it's crappy out, where you really have to run the ball.
Yeah.
That'll concern me. Because the crazy thing is, I think the concern isn't the receivers, it's more the offensive line.
That would be my number one concern of the offense right now, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I am concerned because it feels like everyone's almost been waiting for Matthew Golden to kind of start blowing up.
Oh,
and I mean in a negative way. Like, he hasn't been getting the looks.
He
upset? Hasn't been yes.
No, I don't think it'll happen with him. If it hadn't happened already, I don't think it will happen.
It seems like that's been, okay, is this going to be the week? Is this when it's going to happen? And hopefully it doesn't. But he didn't play a ton of snaps last week, so they're easing him back in.
Yeah.
But he's been the primary slot guy with Jaden Reed out. And the great thing about Golden is he can play outside, he can play inside. And Jaden, they've basically just kept on the inside. But I'm guessing that his snap count is going to go down. His limited opportunities are going to go down.
I don't think you'll see him put up a stink. But I think people waiting for him to break out is just not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen. And kind of played out like, I mean, I think he's a great talent still, and I think he will be good, but I'm a little underwhelmed in what he did this year. And I don't know if there's anyone at fault. I don't know if the staff didn't put him or didn't trust him to put into a situation where he can shine, or it was him. Because we really didn't.
I guess.
Let me ask you this.
Yep.
Did you see the speed?
Yeah, I see it, man. I guess, and maybe I'm just biased, but when I go back to, and I don't look at the all 22 a ton, just because I'm not a scout. I'm not an offensive, coordinator. I don't know what the play call was supposed to be and what it's supposed to look like. But there are times where he's running similar routes and just doesn't get the ball. He gets open, and he just doesn't get the ball. And I don't know if that's because he's not the primary read, if it's because Jordan doesn't trust him, because there are situations where he runs kind of an in-breaking route, like we've seen Romeo Doubs run, and Romeo gets the ball. And I don't know if that's because Jordan just trusts Romeo or what the deal is in those situations.
What I don't get is because he is so fast and quick, there's ways to get him the ball and singling up. Right, because I talked about it. We run a lot of 4 verts.
Yeah.
Right? And then off of that, we would have option routes, right? Where you're the option, and we're anticipating man, you are the option route, you do whatever you want to get open. Mm-hmm. So I figured he would, we call it a whip route, act like you're driving, put it in the ground, and then come back out.
Oh, yeah. That was like Wes Welker, ran that thing to death when he was in New England. That was the Wes Welker specialty.
We had with the speed they claim to have, we would run 4 verts and someone would have a search. So what a search is, you'd show 4 verts twice.
Yeah.
Right? And then someone have a search, show the all go, and then at 15 yards he puts it in the ground. And he should be wide open.
Yeah,
because everyone's retreating.
Because they've bailed at that point.
I don't like this passing offense. I really don't. The more I see it, I don't see a rhyme or a reason.
But I think they started getting back to some of those things too. Again, it goes back to when they can get under center and do some of the combination things that they want to do from the under center position. And I think that you might see a little bit of it if Josh. Again, we have to wait and see how the week of practice goes for Jacobs, but I think that's a possibility.
Have you seen have you as much cover 2 as we've seen?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
We've seen a lot?
Yep.
Seen a tight end catch the ball down the middle of the field?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
Are they so afraid of that off safety lighting up the tight? That's the world you live in, bro.
They did hit some more intermediate stuff along the sideline, kind of in that gap between the corner and the safety.
Yeah.
This past week, which was good to see.
The difference in the Tampa 2 as opposed to regular 2 is in the Tampa 2, The Mike linebacker is responsible for the middle of the field. He turns and runs.
Yep.
So then it takes away the middle of the field with the tight end. But when it's straight cover 2, our conversions, my only conversions were against cover 2. You know, if I have a 10-yard out route, cover 2, you take the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't understand it.
But how excited are you for the return of Jaden Reed? At least looks like he's going to be coming back to practice today. Going to have to wait and see what Matt LaFleur has to say about his availability as the week progresses. You can always join the conversation on the Cardinals Talking Text line, 800-990-3776. Look, Black Friday, it is coming up. You want to take advantage by going to X Golf inside American Family Field. Because what they have going on is the perfect thing. If you have someone like me who's a golfer in your life, and it seems like we always have everything. Like, well, what are we going to do? We get a golf ball? No, everybody would always appreciate some sim time, some time to work on their game. Maybe some of the other great things they have going on inside X Golf at American Family Field. So take advantage of their Black Friday deal, which is going to be going on starting on Black Friday, the 28th, and it runs through the 30th. Take advantage with 20% off your gift card purchase up to $300. That's good for sim time. That's good for all the great stuff they have at X Golf inside American Family Field. 7 state-of-the-art simulators, a space like you wouldn't believe inside the ballpark. So take advantage. 20% off gift cards for Black Friday from the 28th through the 30th at X Golf at American Family Field.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Westbound 94 still heavy from 25th Street all the way to Hawley Road. The eastbound side is also backing up from 84th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound 894, we've got some backups basically from 68th Street all the way through past Loomis to 35th. And then on northbound 41, backing up from before Mayfair Road all the way up towards Burleigh. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, morning patchy fog, mostly cloudy, a high of 45. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 38. Weather is brought to you by Safe Plow. When winter hits Wisconsin, Safe Plow keeps driveways and businesses clear with no-tolerance snow removal. They handle the blizzard so you can handle your business. Visit safeplow.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Looking for a fun and meaningful way to kick off the holiday season? Join us for the 20th anniversary of Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, Saturday, December 13th at the Kasmeric Center in Grafton. This free, family-friendly event is a celebration of giving. Bring a new, unwrapped toy and help brighten the holidays for children and families in need across Wisconsin. To learn more or get involved, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com and join us on December 13th in Grafton.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Crisp air, cozy sweaters, and a home that's actually ready for fall. Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Don't let your home be the only thing falling apart this season. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. Exterior Pros and Baths, because your house deserves a little sweater weather too.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So overrated.
Come on, his head is a pumpkin.
Yeah, he's so right. Chewy's never been more right about
Ed
anything.
Sheeran.
Chewy was right? Yeah. Holy, Chewy was right.
Yeah.
Imagine the helmet on that dome. It'd be the first 8.5 size. What the?
On 94.5 ESPN.
It is a Wendorf Wednesday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Of course, brought to you by Tony Wendorf and Associates. If you're looking to buy or sell that house, make the move. Get in touch with Tony Wendorf and Associates. We've gotten to that point, Chewy, where you start seeing a bunch of those odds, in terms of the Packers making the playoffs, missing the playoffs, things of that nature. This is not just a game against the Vikings coming up. Obviously, it's a big one because it's in the division. The Packers struggled within the division last year, being swept by both the Vikings and the Lions en route to just winning one divisional game. It's a playoff pivot point. The Packers' playoff odds would jump to 81% with a win. They would fall down to 57% with a loss. So this is, we've talked about it in terms of this being such a pivotal stretch of the season. You win that first divisional game that you start the year with, and now 5 of the last 7 are against the division, including these 3 to start that stretch of games. This is a giant game for them.
It
at
is.
home, where they have not played well the last 2 times they've been inside Lambeau.
This is like unbelievable. Is there any way the Bears could win the North? They got the Steelers at home. Rodgers with a broken wrist.
Who knows if he's going to play?
So good chance that's a win.
Is there a chance?
Eagles will lose. Packers, I don't know. That kind of feels like a split right now. Browns, Packers, Niners, Lions. That's not the toughest of schedules. Packers is probably tougher.
The record says they could. And they certainly could win some games that you don't expect them to, and the rest of the North could fall apart a little bit.
Yeah.
But the Bears' chances of making the playoffs right now is only 57% by the analytics they're doing.
Eighth highest in the NFC.
Yeah.
So 7 teams ahead of them, including the Lions and Packers.
I just don't know what they are right now. I'm talking the Packers. I have no idea. You got to give them a little grace period of figuring it out. Without Tucker Kraft,
sure,
Reed will definitely help. But it's going to come down to coaching. I'll say this. It's not even coaching. It's going to come down to LaFleur, whether he can figure this out. Kind of like he did last year. He thought he was going to be a predominant passing team, wasn't working, went to the rush. Rush was great.
Well, you went to the run because Jordan got hurt in that first game.
Yeah.
So you had to run the ball more, and it just was so effective he never went away from it after, Malik had to play a couple of games early in the season.
Yes. The nice thing about not knowing what they are is I really don't know who anybody is. There's no dominant team. Rams and Seattle are out in front, but I could see them imploding. I could see everyone imploding. Right?
Yeah, because, again, I go back to that Rams game, and we talked about it a little bit during Power Rankings yesterday. They had 250 yards of total offense.
Yeah.
They had 4 interceptions and could only score 21 points. They picked off the Seahawks 4 times, and apparently that was the only way they were going to stop the Seattle Seahawks. They only turned those turnovers, those extra possessions, into 21 points.
The crazy thing is you sit here and you're like, all right. He should win. Should beat Minnesota. Minnesota's 4 and whatever. J.J. McCarthy's mad. Their defense is fine. They should win. But they lost to Carolina at home.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, they could win the next 2 or they could lose the next 2.
So does it come down to LaFleur or does it come down to Love?
Well, LaFleur's got to put him in the position to succeed.
Yeah, but there are times where, like, Love just doesn't see the open guy either. You know, we talk about the offense predicated on throwing it to the open guy. I mean, when Jordan's cooking the way he was in New York on Sunday, but everything can be
Giants.
great.
But it's the Giants in Minnesota.
Well, but he was cooking against Detroit.
Yeah.
Obviously, like he's had those games.
Yes.
But against Carolina, I don't know if it's to steal the old Rodgers saying of seeing ghosts.
Yeah.
Because you see it sometimes where he he starts to pump and he starts wanting to throw and ends up just being a pump fake. Oh, I'm too late over there.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of those two.
Well, it's a confidence thing too, you know. I don't know. I would just, who was saying, was it Orlovsky? Sometimes you just got to sling it. I mean, you sit there on tape and you're looking right at him.
Mm-hmm.
The window's fine. Just let it go, right? Just let the thing go. See, it's hard for me to see a rhyme or reason to, because when we play, Gabe, and I told you, we didn't change plays, we changed formation, right? And when you just change formation, doesn't matter. You know who 1 is.
Yep.
You know who 2 is. You know who 3 is. But if you have an offense that you're not changing formation, you're changing the plays, then you got to sit there and go, okay, who's 1? Who's 2? Who's 3? That's why it was much easier for Brett. 72 XL across, 22 Z in, 322 Y6, Fox 2 XY hook. Those are all staples that we run out of different. We'd run them out of Tiger. We'd run them out of Zebra. We'd run them out of regular. You know, you knew the play. You knew where they're going to be. It's just we did it formationally. And how many times have I harped I don't see a rhyme or a reason to what they do, and that could be why
it's been a theme this year.
You know.
Been a theme.
And that's why it was so easy for me to sit there in my 4th year or 5th year and go, I'm sick of tight end. I'm going to learn right guard just so you don't fall asleep. You know?
Yeah.
So I could, say my 6th year, I could pretty much play any position, skill position on offense because I knew where they had to be, right? Yeah, all go. Running out of trips. The inside guy, you got to get to the other seam, you know?
Yeah.
You all have spacing, right? You can run it out of different looks, but it's the same play, right? And then we had, off of those things, probably 5 or 6 plays.
Yeah, different
variations. If you're
variations.
good enough and you're better than the other team, right? Which a lot of times they are.
Well, you guys were.
They were top 10. I don't know where they are offensively.
Oh, right now? I can tell you that. Right now, they are 13th in points, 12th in yards.
13th points, 12th. So what I'm saying is Fox 2 XY hook was my bread and butter, and they knew it was coming. They couldn't stop it. If you're better than the other team, you should be able to run whatever the hell you want and still be able to do it. You know? Theoretically.
Yeah. Well, and that's
because all Fox 2 XI hook, Gabe, it's just play action, you know, and Holmgren was so good at setting it up. The linebacker has to honor the run, right? Because Brett's fundamentals were so good in hiding the ball and that, you know, it's either going to be Fox 2 XY hook or it's going to be 92 lead.
Well, and that's where I go back to a lot of this being the offensive line as well, because last year, when we talk about the pivot they made, making Josh Jacobs the feature and doing all these different things, it was no secret that they wanted to run the football with Josh Jacobs last year.
Yeah.
And they were still able to run the ball efficiently with Josh Jacobs last year.
Yeah. Because they were technically sound. You know?
They were still able to do
looking back right now, would you have kept Josh Myers? Elton Jenkins at left guards. Put the money, instead of going with Banks, go some other direction.
Yeah.
Zach Tom, who would be right guard?
Jordan Morgan still.
Jordan Morgan and then Rasheed Walker.
Yeah.
And roll with it. I think they just got too cute.
Is Josh Myers even playing?
I do not believe so.
And they still
But he's better than Elton was this year.
Yeah.
Maybe just start Sean Ryan. He played pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see if he continues to be that good, because that was a tough way to start.
As we've learned, the Packers learn everything the hard way. They will play the wrong player before they're forced to play the right player, and the team will be better off. Look at Nate Hobbs and Carrington Valentine. Gigantic difference over there.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what? Sometimes you make mistakes. It happens.
Didn't they start
free agency or whatever? So,
didn't they start Royce Newman over Zach Tom for a while?
They might have.
Yeah. You can't tell me that those two guys, you couldn't tell the difference. One future All-Pro potential.
Well, I guess in fairness to this specific one, like, who do you think is a better offensive lineman, Josh? Is it Elton Jenkins or is it Sean Ryan?
I think it's Elton Jenkins.
Yeah. So Elton, like, they're not going to put Sean Ryan at center. They're not having open tryouts at center.
Didn't you get some looks?
They're not having open tryouts at center. So until Sean had to do it.
But everything is still fixable. It's still fixable. But we're getting to
Is it on the offensive line? I think the offensive line can only be so good at this point.
Yeah, you're probably right.
We got more to discuss. We'll do it with Adam Schefter as he continues coming up next here on a Wendorf Wednesday. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got some problems in Kenosha. We've got a crash on southbound 94, just past Highway KR, the Racine-Kenosha County line. Left lane is blocked, so watch out for that. Looks like they're behind some barrels, so at least you got that going for you. We've got delays along westbound 94, basically from 25th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound is backing up right now from Highway 164 to Springdale, and then back on the brakes from 84th Street to Hawley. Eastbound 894 also slowing down out of the Hale interchange all the way to Loomis. Westbound's backed up from 27th Street to about 51st. And then we've got southbound 43 starting to tighten up a bit, heading down through the Capitol Drive area. But then right after Keefe, it opens up down into the Marquette. Traffic is brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Today's forecast, crisp fall skies and a winning shine. Get your first wash free at TsunamiExpress.com just in time for game day. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, morning patchy fog, mostly cloudy skies, a high of 45. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 38. Weather is brought to you by Good Health Saunas. Feel better, recover faster, and relax deeper with your own in-home infrared sauna. Visit their showroom in Waukesha or go to goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Now's the time to plan your total experience getaway to the Island Resort and Casino. With over 450 hotels and a luxurious spa, relax in style before diving into non-stop casino action.
No problem.
Watch your favorite teams on the big screens and enjoy great food and drinks at T. McSee Sports Bar. Or savor top-tier dining at Horizon Steakhouse. Then amp up your night with live music and comedy. Head to where the big game, big wins, and big fun come together. The Island Resort and Casino.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
Hey guys, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to give you some advice. If you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jewelry Center has to be your stop for the win. It's what I did. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. I didn't know what to get, but with help of a Pinterest board, the Jewelry Center and their team of specialists took care of everything from start to finish. Naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the market for, when it comes to an engagement ring, the Jewelry Center has it. Find locations and inventory online at shoptjc.com.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S. And they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Smart 18 knows that success takes teamwork. With top-level training, healthcare, and retirement plans, Smart Local 18 gives you the tools to win on and off the job site. Visit smart18.org and join the team that builds America.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Everyone's go-to source for all NFL news.
And we're going to get right to some breaking news here that just came down. This tweet from Adam Schefter.
Adam's on the phone. Adam, you have more news? What do you got?
They're going with another move.
And here is the man who knows all, Adam Schefter.
And Joshy's biggest fan.
It's nice to see Josh at the big boy table. Thank you, everybody. Keep up the good work, Josh.
It's ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter on JGC is sponsored by Island Resort and Casino, Tony Wendorf and Associates, and Smart 18 Union.
Always enjoy catching up with our guy, Adam Schefter, each and every Wednesday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Good morning, Adam. How are you today?
Good morning, gentlemen. My condolences, Chewy. I'm sorry for your loss, and never fun.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Looks like the Packers might be getting some good news. Jaden Reed posting on social media yesterday just a picture of himself, which everybody's interpreting that he is going to be coming off of IR, at least to practice today for the Packers. What kind of boost do you think he can give the Packers offense?
Well, the offense has been a little bit flat. They were able to come through and win last week, but it just feels like it's not operating, functioning at the higher level it was earlier in the year for whatever reason. And they did come through. They came from behind last week. There was a great throw and catch that they made to win the game at the end of the game. But they're going to need more on offense. And Jaden Reed's a playmaker. I mean, when he's out there, he makes a difference. So we'll see if he can get back here, get back soon. That'd be great for them. Be a big boost.
I mean, quickly, Adam, I mean, I know social media is such a big part of because you have to get your posts out there when you're breaking news. But when you're in the news breaking business that you are, and somebody has a cryptic post, and this one from Jaden is just himself, obviously teasing that he's coming back, but we've seen this with A.J. Brown this year. Have the cryptic posts on social media made your job more difficult? Because now, okay, I guess I got to look into this thing that might be going on here.
No, I think that basically it's giving everybody a voice, and some people like to try to stir it up and create some waves, and they do, and they have. And so if they want to do that, sometimes it shines a light in an area. Like, you know, I didn't realize that Jaden Reed might be as close to coming back as he was until that post. So, you know, I don't view it as something that's made my life more difficult. The job itself is relentless enough, like all jobs are. But, you know, the NFL just seems to get larger and larger and more popular every year. That's what it feels like to me.
Adam, is Aaron Rodgers going to play with the broken wrist? And the only reason I ask, because I don't really care about Pittsburgh, it's just they play Chicago this weekend, right, and we need Chicago to start losing some games.
Well, I'd say this, that when Mason Rudolph came on, he played pretty well. You know, it wasn't like there was a dramatic drop-off in the offense last week. Aaron is definitely going to want to play on Sunday. I mean, been pushing them to play. And my guess, just on the surface, is that he's not going to play. And again, it's him, so you never know. But there are just little signs, right? He's got a small break in his left wrist. They were talking about bandaging, bracing it up, seeing how that works. And they don't think he needs surgery, but he's not practicing today. So just the little signals I'm getting are like the brace, see how it goes, no practice Wednesday, just little hints. But I do not underestimate the fact that he does want to play in Chicago, and he is pushing to play in Chicago. So I don't know how that's going to work out.
In your time, what are some of the more extreme injuries that you can remember guys playing with?
Well, guys have played, Jack Youngblood famously played the Super Bowl with a broken leg. There have been guys that I've heard that have, torn their ACL, didn't realize it, played the game, and found that on Monday, playing with a torn ACL. Emmitt Smith that time played with a separated shoulder against the Giants in the division. John Madden later said it was one of the bravest, courageous performances he had ever seen. Emmitt couldn't stand.
Adam, didn't LT play with a separated shoulder against the Saints and have like 3 or 4 sacks or something? It was
that one I don't remember.
Yeah.
I remember Terrell Davis playing the playoffs that year with broken ribs, and then the migraine in the Super Bowl versus the Packers.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Adam.
Yeah. I was there, Chewy.
Yeah,
I was there.
I know you were. I saw you.
Chewy was there too. I don't know if you knew that, Adam.
I was going to go and say, Chewy, I look forward to doing Milwaukee radio with you, Aaron.
Yeah, 20 years.
A couple of decades.
Adam Schefter on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, brought to you by Tony Wendorf and Associates. Just like the moves made in the pros, Tony Wendorf and Associates, First Weber Group, help people make their own big moves every day. They're the real estate MVPs of Wisconsin. This is for next week, Adam, and I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving, trying to figure out, because I do some pregame stuff here. When did the league change? Because forever, that Lions game at home has been at noon Eastern, 11 Central time. This year it's at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. When did they make that change and move the game back an hour?
I always remember Thanksgiving being 12:30 kicking off.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right, 12:30. But they moved it back a half hour.
I don't know when that happened, but I always remember 12:30.
You're right. You are correct.
12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when they did that. So okay. Let me. I have the record and fact book right here, but do you have it handy? So we have the Lions and the Packers at 1:00 Eastern, noon Central. What time is the Cowboys Chiefs game? The next one, and then it's Ravens Bengals. What are the kickoff times here?
So 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central for Chiefs Cowboys, and then Bengals Ravens is 8:20 Eastern, 7:20 Central.
Well, but by the way, like they start at 12:30. The way I remember that is there was always this little lull between games. Like, why we do this? So, and we're getting started early. Like on Thanksgiving morning, some people are cooking, some people like myself are working, some people are hanging around, like taking easy turkey bowls, whatever it is. Like push the game. We don't need to start. I'm in favor of that 1:00 Eastern, noon Central. Like that.
Adam, are Detroit struggles simply they lost both coordinators to head coaching jobs, or is it deeper than that?
No, listen, I think first on the defense side of football, Kelvin Shepard's done a great job. Like they've played without people at various points this year in the secondary. They've had a couple of games where their secondary has been decimated, and they've come through, and you wouldn't know they were missing anybody. And their defense has been as good and tough as it was last year. So, Aaron Glenn did a great job there, but I don't think they're missing anything on defense. Offensively, I think they do miss Ben Johnson's creativity, but Dan Campbell's gone back to calling plays.
Yeah.
And he's done a job, but the offensive line's gotten pushed around some games. And I don't remember that being the case last year. Frank Ragnow's gone at center. I think that's made a difference. They just haven't operated at the consistently high level that they have in recent seasons. They've been good. They were not good on Sunday night. They were 0 for 5 on 4th down, and I think 3 for 13 on 3rd down. And so when you're not converting for first downs, you're not driving, you're not scoring, you're not winning. And that's what's going on there. That was one game against a tough Eagles defense. But I still think the Lions are a playoff team. I still think they're a Super Bowl contender. I still think they're really good. But they're not exactly the same team as last year. Who is?
Well, and they're dealing with injuries again. They dealt with them last year, as we talk with Adam Schefter here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Whether it's HVAC, sheet metal, or welding, Smart 18 members are trained to be the best in the business with top-tier wages, unbeatable benefits, and a lifelong career support. It's not just a job, it's a career. Learn more at smart18.org and start building your future today. The Sam Laporta thing was kind of strange for them, and that benefits the Packers because he'll obviously be out next week when the Packers travel to Detroit for Thanksgiving. What happened there with his back? Because I think that's a huge part of their offense that's now missing.
Yeah, I believe it was like a little disc issue. He got hit in the game, didn't feel right. got it checked out during the week, and they determined that, okay, not long term, but long enough that they have to put him on IR to miss 4 games. And he was not out there Sunday night, which I think made a difference against the Eagles. He won't be out there this Sunday, whoever they play this week. They play the Giants, and then they play the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. So he's going to miss those games plus 1 more. And that's a loss to the offense. Now, you can use different personnel and different groupings and lean on other players to fill in. But Sam Laporta is that kind of joker guy that makes a difference and is a weapon for them on offense that they're now having to play without.
Joe Burrow going to play, Adam?
I'm skeptical. I'm not saying no, right? I'm skeptical. First of all, I think he wants to play no matter what. So they can lose on Sunday to New England, and he's going to push to play.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I understood it, and it doesn't mean it's going to work out this way, is that Buffalo the next week was the more realistic target date because he had to get back, work against the rush, see how it feels, work out the soreness, get used to it. He's put in a lot of work and a lot of time, and he's made a lot of progress, and he's determined to get back. Now, again, they lose this week. They're 3-9, I believe. Like, what are we coming back to? Like, why are we rushing back? 3-9, right? Like, what's the point of that? But he wants to play, and players play, and so that's what they do. So I imagine we're going to see him. But I would just think, at some point, I don't know. Like, that doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
Adam, what's your understanding of Josh Jacobs' injury?
We heard Matt LaFleur say contusion, banged it hard, structurally sound, no ligament damage. I was a little surprised that they didn't say, he's not going to play, but they obviously feel like he's still got a chance for Sunday. Maybe that's just gamesmanship and them trying to keep the Vikings honest. Emmanuel Wilson looks like he's going to get some work. We'll see how much work. But I guess it sounds like there's still a chance that we could see a little bit of here's the deal on Josh Jacobs. That guy's so tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the week where they played, I think it was in Arizona, where the people in the organization the day before were saying, 50-50 whether he would go. Remember that? I think it was at Arizona.
Yeah.
And they went out pregame, and he's like, I'm playing. Like, I just always think that that's the kind of guy that Josh Jacobs is, and I don't know how his knee's going to be feeling later in the week, if it's going to feel better or not. So I don't rule out or dismiss the idea that somehow he might get some work. I personally, as somebody who rosters him, I'm one of my fans, I'd like him to take a week off, like rest up. We'll see on Thanksgiving Day. Sure. I wonder if that factors into it now that we're saying that, actually. Short week against the Lions the next week, right? Like, okay, take this week. Let's let Emmanuel Wilson run hard against the Vikings, and we'll see on Thanksgiving Day. Get ready for that game, Josh. But, they're at a critical juncture in their season. They're all critical. I wonder if that enters into their thinking at all, honestly.
Adam, is everything all good in Philly after the meeting between Lurie and A.J. Brown? I just thought it was weird. That's
a strange meeting, man.
That to me seems like that's a meeting that takes place inside of the building. But did Lurie do it there just so everyone can see and hug it out and everything's great?
The way I understand it is that is, I know there was a lot of attention on it, and I'm not trying to poo-poo it or anything like that, but the way it was explained to me is Jeffrey Lurie often comes to practice and often talks to players, and that's all that was. Okay. Like, it was nothing more. Like, it was not. I know people sold it as this, big historic meeting like the Geneva Convention, but I don't think it was that. That's not the way it was. That's not the way it was explained to me, at least.
Have
right?
you ever been called into the boss's office? Because with Holmgren, it wasn't pleasant. It just, you get the tap on the shoulder.
I'll tell you one time. This was great. This is a true story. So we could look it up. I'm going to guess it was 1998, and I called the Broncos PR guy, Jim Sacamano, in the morning. We talk, and I'd be like, "Hey, Jim, okay, write this down. Here's where I think your team is going to be drafting today. Okay, first round. I think it was 1998. So if you look up the Broncos, let me see this. I want to do this because it's actually kind of a cool story. I hope I can get it fast enough. If you guys want to vamp for just a moment,
you're good.
Marcus
okay.
Nash.
Keep going. Yep.
Eric Brown. Brian Greasy, Curtis Alexander, Chris
No,
Howard.
it was the year. It was the year they drafted Paul Toviesi in the second or third round. Paul Toviesi, Toviesi draft class. And again, here we go. 2001. There we go. Okay, so the Broncos 2001 draft class. Do we have that?
I will have it here in just a moment.
Me too.
2001. I've got it ready. Yeah, so
Okay.
Paul Toviesi, who by the way, apparently, did he even play it down in the NFL?
He had some, if I remember correctly, like disc issues or something like that.
Okay.
They really liked him. Okay, so here we go. Yep. Oh yeah, this is definitely it. Okay, so that morning I called the Broncos PR guy who was at that time like Jason Waller's boss. So he does for Denver what Jason Waller's does right now, right? And I said, okay, Jim, take a pen and paper. Here's what I got for you. Okay, in round 1, you're going to take a couple of these guys, one of which was Willie Middlebrooks. In round 2, you guys are desperate for the Paul Toviesi, Reggie Hayward didn't play. Okay. I said round 4, Ben Hamilton's play, and you want to take the punter, Nick. Like I gave him a few other names. Okay. It was not straight through. No draft goes like that. Okay. But I gave him a bunch of names like that. So the draft is starting it was a Saturday that year. The draft was on a Saturday.
Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Back in the day.
Yep. Sunday, I think 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. So I get to the Broncos that morning, and I get a call from Cindy Lowe, Mike Shanahan's secretary. As the draft is getting underway, he wants to see me in his office.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, yep, here we go. I go, what's the problem? Okay. He goes, he has a list on his paper. He has all the notes that I told Jim Sacamano. And he goes, I want you to explain something to me. I want to know how you knew that we were taking William Middlebrooks in round 1. And I want to know how you knew we're taking Paul Toviesi in round 2. And we went through, and he made me give him all my sources on each one of those picks. Now, what I didn't tell him, right, what I didn't tell him that day, and I can laugh about it now, is the information's coming from a lot of places. But in the end, there was somebody in that building that would kind of lay it out for me. But I would never throw that person under the bus, right? So I'm like, oh, yeah, that guy, yeah. Well, that agent's very chatty for that player, right? And this guy, yeah. Well, you were at the workout for that guy. Like, so I'm kind of coming up with things that I knew that weren't completely honest, right? But I'm explaining to him why he's taking each of these guys. And the draft is going on, and I'm having to explain to the head coach how I had the information about who they were drafting.
I've been there, Adam. It's not pleasant.
Yeah. All right with that, Adam.
Although mine involved beer, me and Brad a lot of times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's only one. There's only one more intimidating and nerve-wracking than that for me. Yes. And it would. And do you have the time for me to tell it? Because it's working.
Please. Yes. The floor is yours.
Okay. So it would have been the early 1990s. I just got out to Denver. It would have been 1992. And that summer, I realized, I'm like, boy, I went back and I realized that Pat Bowlen, the Broncos owner, always had extended Dan Reeves with 1 or 2 years left on his deal. He had never let him go into the last year of his contract. And it was the first, I started asking around, and people were like getting very closed-mouthed and not saying. And I wrote a story that this is the first time that Pat Bowlen's letting Dan Reeves go into the last year of his contract. And it became a big deal in Denver, like Dan and like it was a big deal. And so NBC sent Gail Gardner, she was a feature reporter for the pregame show on NBC back then, out to Denver to talk to people about Dan Reeves and his contract. And nobody would talk about it, except the young, eager, 23-year-old cub reporter for the Rocky Mountain News. Like, I was only too happy to be featured on the NBC pregame show back in 1992 when I was 25 years old at that point in time. She sits me in a park and she's asking me all these questions. And she goes, well, why wouldn't he? What kind of guy? What's upset him? What's pissed off people about him? And somehow I used 5 words that they kind of strung together. That Dan Reeves is condescending, humorless, tyrannical. There were 5 of them. 5 like just bad words. The piece runs on the NBC pregame show.
Oh no!
Oh boy!
Oh no!
It was bad. It was bad. I can tell it was embarrassing. Okay, I didn't realize. You learn. You make mistakes when you're young. On Monday morning, 7 a.m., I get summoned up to Dan Reeves' office. Okay, he has me explain to him, me and him in his office. I'm young. I am shaking in my boots. Why I called him each of the. So, Adam, can you please explain to me why you would say I am condescending? Yes, Coach Reeves. Can you please explain to me why I'm tyrannical? Can you please explain to me why I'm humorless? Right? On and on. And as Jim Sacamano, again, it comes back to Jim in the end, everybody in the building was very upset with me. And what he told everybody at that point, he goes, guys, here's the deal. We got this puppy dog in our building. and one day the puppy dog is going to grow and be a big dog. But right now, the puppy peed all over the carpet. He made a mess. And we got to clean up after the puppy and make sure that we can stand this puppy.
Live and learn.
I've never, to this day, I've never been more intimidated, more nervous about dealing with an NFL person that was sitting in Dan Reeves' office as some young punk reporter who got on national TV to call him those. It was embarrassing and humiliating.
It's scary, believe, right, Adam? Oh, boy.
I hope that was worth sharing. Worth keeping the
100%. We appreciate you sharing it, Adam. And with that, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. We'll talk to you next week, buddy.
I'm hoping not to be summoned to a head coach's office.
We're rooting for you. We're rooting for you, pal. Adam Schefter, each and every week, brought to us by the Island Resort and Casino, a premier resort destination, the largest north of Milwaukee, with everything you like to do in one awesome location. Visit islandresortandcasino.com to book your total experience today.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
It's back Black Friday at Ewald Automotive Group, and it's our biggest event yet. Shop vehicles with up to $10,000 off, or 0% financing, or 0 down. We'll do whatever it takes to move all remaining 2025s. Our biggest savings of the year, lowest interest rates, maximum trade values, and huge selection. Black Friday is back now at every Ewald location.
On select models with approved credit offers cannot be combined. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
Selling your home during winter may surprise you. Serious buyers are still out there and often more eager to move.
Homes get strong offers this time of year, and with less competition, your listing can really shine.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. Our team leads with faith, gratitude, and giving back, donating over $200,000 to local causes since 2020.
Tony Wendorf & Associates is ready to get to work for you with our white glove selling experience. Just search online, Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's Commercial Payments Solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559. 414-667-5559.
Join us live Friday, November 21st from 5 to 6 p.m. at Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center, where it's always golf season. Come meet Homer and Gary, take some swings, grab a drink, eat some food, and enjoy everything Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center has to offer. Play more than 2,000 courses, including over 50 right here in Wisconsin, and that famous one where they hand out green jackets. Bays are just $35 an hour, all day and all night. So join the fun and book your bay today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. That's WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit BigFishContracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He sounds like the Beatles.
What?
Anyone?
This is a new one on me.
Listen
Even
to
I
his
don't
interview,
know.
the way he talks. He sounds like Paul McCartney. Ringo farted and it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
On 94.5 ESPN.
It is a Wendorf Wednesday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. And we have to give you a Friendsgiving update for our guy, Joshy.
Oh, Lord love a duck.
He was assigned with more. So apparently the Friendsgiving is coming up this weekend. So it is a before Thanksgiving Friendsgiving. And Joshy, what were you assigned with now before? First of all, what time is this going down on Saturday?
I believe people arrive around 6. Food to be served around 6:30, as far as I'm aware. I've had very little to do with any of the planning, as we'll detail soon.
Do people dress up for this? Do they wear?
No.
I'm not saying obviously a suit coat, but are they wearing a nicer shirts?
No.
Or are they just showing up in t-shirts and jeans?
I believe I think last year some people were even in just sweats and stuff. It's very casual, very relaxed. This year seems to be a little more of a to-do because I texted you guys the amount of glasses I needed to hand wash bottles.
How many glasses? We'll get to the bottles in a second.
Yeah.
How many glasses were there?
There seems to be about 15 separate champagne-type glasses, which to my understanding, are to be served with dinner.
I mean, where did you come across these? I mean, why do you have 15 champagne-type? I mean, I've got some wine glasses in my house. Yeah. I do not have any champagne-type glasses in my house.
I don't know, and I might be spoiling some stuff for people who might be attending, listening. But there's a lot going on that previous years had not gone on. So there's additions. There's all these bottles. Which are
what's going in the bottles? Because they're
so it's an empty bottle,
but they're
but it has
the seal,
the stopper, the red stopper on top. You clamp it shut.
Correct.
Yeah,
that typically I associate
with soda,
moonshine.
Moonshine. Yes. Have you ever had moonshine?
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh,
no, yeah. Brett used to bring some from Mississippi.
I'm guessing Mississippi moonshine is dramatically different than the moonshine I've consumed.
Yeah, you lose your sight for about
an hour.
Gotta yeah.
You're taking a swig and you're checking your sight right in front of you. Yeah, sure. That is not the type of moonshine I had, although the moonshine I had was also, I wouldn't describe it as delectable or delicious.
Yes.
No. Closer to gasoline than it is to,
I'd rather have gasoline, I think.
I think you might be able to power some of the Blammer's farm equipment with some of that Mississippi moonshine. Yes. But so you have these bottles, but why do you have these bottles? This is, again, it's champagne glasses, but I don't think you're putting moonshine in those.
I don't know, and I don't plan to ask, to be quite frank. I was just given a task, and as you know, and I'm sure you guys have heard this, when I said, I got to hand wash all of this, Well, you don't have to. I can just do it.
Ah, you get the guilt. Okay.
All right, so you have to.
Well, yes. Yes. I quickly...
For self-preservation.
Yeah, I evaluated the situation. I did some give and take, some positives, some negatives, and I said, yeah, let's just do it. So I was in front of the sink for, first of all, washing. We've also added things to be washed that are going to be like display things. Because, you know, the things you use around the holidays, they've now sat there probably since January.
Mm-hmm.
So those got to get re-washed. So I had that to do. Also had to clean up after dinner. And then the addition of the bottles and glasses.
How many bottles are there?
8.
So what are these? What, they can hold 16 ounces each?
I did not do a fluid ounces test.
Well, but just by looking at it.
Yes, by visual, that's what it seems to be.
Okay, like 16 to 20 ounces?
I couldn't tell you what's supposed to go in them.
I mean, are your friends predominantly beer drinkers?
There'll be a lot of beer there, but we also enjoy cocktail. I mean, it's the whole, like a party, you know, you make a special cocktail. That's what I would guess.
Oh, okay.
That's what I would guess the influence is there.
Well, it has to be carbonated because of the stopper. Otherwise,
no, I think that's just storage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just because you want to seal that. You don't have any leaking.
And in our fridge, we don't have like the stand-up one, so height is a problem.
Okay.
So putting it down on its side to store a cold.
And then seal it, yes.
You got to have the seal there in order it doesn't leak. I will, in Mussolini's defense, I will say this. Whenever she makes a cocktail for a party, it usually is
legit.
Yes.
Very good. She made for the Masters party that I hosted, and she did not even attend. She made a very good azalea drink that Joshy had to like put together once he came over, but like the base part of it that did not include the vodka that goes in there is very good.
How many bottles will you drink to get you through this party, you think?
Everyone I can stomach. I might cut out a couple pieces, a little of the sides maybe, to have more beers.
Dylan pointing it out. We are idiots. Yes, it's champagne flutes, boys. Champagne flutes is what they're called.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But these aren't flutes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at the picture, not flutes.
It's more of the. If you've seen the poster for Leonardo DiCaprio,
yes,
in
they're closer
The Great
to
Gatsby,
glass.
Yes.
yeah, it's kind of it looks like to me the glass that Leo's holding in the preview poster for The Great Gatsby.
Nice.
Yeah.
If that helps the visual for anybody.
I know glassware because every drink has to have specific glassware. I've got glassware locked down, buddy.
Well, you have fun.
Jed, Gabe, and Chewy back in 2 minutes.
Backups on southbound 43, starting from just south of Silver Spring all the way down past Locust. Northbound is backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up to Locust. Westbound 94, you got backups from just before 27th Street to Hawley Road. More backups from the county line all the way to Calhoun. Eastbound's backed up from Highway 16 to Springdale with an accident right in the stadium interchange off on the right shoulder. Delays continue right past the stadium interchange. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, patchy fog, mostly cloudy, a high of 45. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a low of 38. Weather's brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
Hey Milwaukee, it's Jen Latta. Closets by Design Milwaukee is launching a holiday food drive to support families impacted by the government shutdown. Doug and Cindy Gower, the local family behind Closets by Design, are challenging the community to pack the van, feed a fam by filling a delivery van with food, toiletries, and donations for local families in need. Drop off items now through November 30th at 6040 West Executive Drive in Mequon. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Together, we can make sure no family goes hungry this holiday season. Shop Closets by Design today and make a difference.
Now's the time to plan your total experience getaway to the Island Resort and Casino. With over 450 hotel rooms and a luxurious spa, relax in style before diving into non-stop casino action. Watch your favorite teams on the big screens and enjoy great food and drinks at T. McSee's Sports Bar, or savor top-tier dining at Horizon Steakhouse. Then amp up your night with live music and comedy. Head to where the big game, big wins, and big fun come together. The Island Resort and Casino.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
I don't think you're going to get an argument from anyone, but the defense is carrying the Green Bay Packers, correct? Like everybody's on the same page. That defense right now, they're carrying the team.
You know what?
Numbers. What's that?
Kind of seems like defense is carrying the league.
Well, we can look into that.
Right? Am I wrong, Joshy?
I don't think you're misguided.
I mean, the Rams, Seattle, they've been scoring 42, and what was the score of that game? Like
21-19.
21-19.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like we're sort of in one of those down scoring defenses sort of rule. The league does that all the time, where ups and downs in terms of scoring, offense has the advantage, defense has the advantage.
Which I get because cover 2 forces you to throw underneath.
So
or run the ball, which eats up clock.
Here are the top teams in terms of yards per game.
Okay.
Number 1, the Houston Texans.
Which is weird because they're terrible.
Well, are you talking about defense and yards given up?
I am talking about defense and yards given up.
Yeah. So
the Texans are number 1.
Is good.
Yeah, the defense is good.
Yeah.
The Browns are 2. So a couple of non-playoff teams there.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get into the Broncos, Chargers, Lions, Packers, Chiefs, Patriots, Seahawks.
Uh-huh.
Those are all the other teams in the top in terms of yards per game.
That you mentioned at the top, I think we've all determined they're pretty much a quarterback and functional offense away from being really good.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen. That seems to be, they would be one of the better teams if they even could be average on offense.
And to Chewy's point, like after the last 3 weeks that Myles Garrett has had, where he's had 10 sacks in the last 3 weeks, suddenly he is on he's on the NFL record sack watch.
Yeah.
Where
he had a game with 5, and then he had a game with 4. And sandwich in between, he just had 1.
Where are you guys at?
Outrageous.
Where are you guys at with Rashawn Gary?
Well, so that's what I wanted to get into. So right now, this team obviously being carried by the defense. But do they need more from the defense? In particular, players not named Micah Parsons.
Rashawn Gary hasn't had a sack in 3 weeks.
The last sack he had was against the Steelers. He had a 2-sack game.
Yeah.
And the problem with Rashawn, and I have been somebody who isn't, a lot of Rashawn Gary defenders will always point to his pressure totals.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's look how good his pressure totals are. Pressures have their value. I think it's a little overvalued because, as we saw against the Dallas Cowboys, when the Packers actually got a lot of pressure on Dak Prescott, but only got home the one time, Dak Prescott still carved them up. So just because you got a pressure doesn't mean you necessarily impacted the play the way that you want.
And also now, I think the consensus of the sort of the people who delve deeply into this stuff, we've now developed quick pressure, which is basically you're getting home very quickly because a pressure that is a coverage pressure or comes just for high effort, because eventually you're going to win on defense most of the time.
Yes.
Those are different. Micah Parsons and the Myles Garretts and the TJ Watts, they win and they win quickly.
Yes, yeah.
And that's what are the real turnover-worthy type of plays that happen.
The example, obviously, to use would be the interception Evan Williams had week 1 when Micah Parsons beat Penei Sewell and was untouched on the inside of Sewell. Goff panics, throws the ball too soon, ends up being an interception.
But back to Rashawn Gary. I mean, his number next year is roughly what? 20, high 20s?
26, 27 million. They would save $19 million against the cap.
This is all I'm saying right here. Okay, let's just say for giggles, they're a one and done.
Okay.
Or even a one win and a done.
Get to the divisional round.
Yes. You don't have a first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to start running into a little bit of money issues.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have to be active in free agency next year? And would you be comfortable with Lucas Van Ness taking Gary's role, saving 19, and adding something? Because you're not going to have a number one for the next 2 years.
The problem is, Chu, I don't know if they're going to be able to really add anything significant the way they have the last two off seasons in free agency. Because they've got things that they need to address, like that money that you just talked about for Rashawn.
Yeah.
They need to potentially use on re-signing Quay Walker.
Yeah, I know.
They need to use that on locking up Tucker Kraft. They need to, because those guys are going to be due pretty significant and pretty substantial raises going forward.
Now,
Christian Watson is already under contract, but his number's going up about $10 million next year.
Yeah. I mean, what do you do?
This is a very important 7-game stretch for Rashawn Gary in his future as a Green Bay Packer.
Yeah.
Now, if he starts playing like he did early in the season, when he's getting those quick pressures, he's taking advantage of the one-on-ones, and he shows that he can be a good complement. I know.
He typically does not.
I know. But
he disappears.
Yep. And that lies the problem. And I think if he does, let's say he goes out there and has a really good game at Lambeau against the Vikings, but then disappears for another month.
Yes.
I think that kind of seals his fate going forward.
I would agree. Is it not so much because
they approach him about taking some sort of pay cut to get that number down to something that they're more comfortable with, and he probably says kick rocks, and then they release him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is an important 7-game stretch, but you have to be proactive as far as next year. Do you think they sign? Well, I think he walks.
Who?
Quay.
Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, the fact that he told Jason that, there's an offer on the table, and here we are getting toward the end of November, and it's unsigned.
But that offer on the table was how many games ago?
Oh, yeah. I can't imagine it's still on the table.
And Quay Walker gains leverage the deeper you go into the season, and the Packers lose it. So my guess is that deal is no longer on the table.
I would agree. But obviously, using the context clues, I got to imagine he believes that the contract offer was not fair. Because if the contract offer, if he believed it was fair, guess what you do with a fair contract offer?
Yeah.
I guess you can tell us this as somebody who has signed a fair contract offer in the NFL or two in their time.
Yeah.
You signed the deal. But if you feel like, oh, no, I'm worth more than that, then you don't sign it.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that that's what the Packers were trying to do, try to get him at a more controlled number.
Can they get out of Dobbs or no?
What do you mean? Well, he's going to be a free agent.
Not Dobbs. Sorry. Hobbs.
Oh, Hobbs.
Yes. Yeah, sorry.
I am not sure. I have not looked into. Typically, when they sign free agents like that, it's get out of it after 2 years.
Okay.
But I can look at his contract quickly. But yeah, Dobbs is going to be a free agent. But again, that's kind of why I don't think that he is going to be somebody that they re-sign. And give a contract because to re-sign him,
there is an out next year for Hobbs.
There is? Do you take it?
It's 12 dead cap.
So you'd save $1 million.
No.
You'd save $1 million.
Yeah. Okay.
You can save $9 million if it's a post June 1st release. Which again, when most of the contracts that you have to do, or what you're most concerned about when you're the Packers, is internal stuff. It's not like you need that money. And Rob brought this up on Monday, Chu. I know you weren't here, but Rob brought up on Monday for Rashawn Gary's contract, there's no roster bonus that's due on the third league day that a lot of times these contracts have, and you have to make that decision early of, are we going to release him? What are we going to do? Kind of very similar to the Jair Alexander, where that went on forever before they finally released him. So they could probably hold on to these guys post-June 1 and get the biggest cap savings and spread out, get the biggest cap saving that they can for next year. And they could probably do the same thing for Hobbs, especially because it's not like Tucker Kraft's set to be a free agent. No, he's going to be entering the next, the final year of his deal next year.
But Gabe,
so you can do those, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're worried about Hobbs, Quay's different because Quay will be a free agent. But if you're looking internally at some of the deals you want to get done, it's not like you need that money at the beginning of free agency. It's fine if you wait and release these guys later.
But the offensive line is going to have issues next year. Jenkins gone. You think they're going to re-sign Ryan? What about Rasheed Walker?
No.
So you have to you got to go out in the free agent market.
Well, so you presume that your left tackle is going to be Jordan Morgan.
Correct.
Your right guard is going to be Anthony Belton. And then let's
just give that an
Your right guard's going to be Anthony Belton.
Okay.
And then you need a center.
Okay.
I think that's just the way that plays out.
Yeah.
Just based on the way the Packers have traditionally done things with their high draft picks.
Yeah.
If Goody would have just drafted Creed Humphrey, the guy we all knew was better than Josh Myers, life would be pretty easy street.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to worry about Aaron Banks right now.
Nope, we could just.
Although PFF had graded him up very high against the Giants.
He had his best game as a Packer.
What's your gut tell you about Gary though? I mean, Goody's got to be sitting there going.
They signed him to a bad contract.
$29 million.
Yeah, I
with
think
all
that,
these. I mean, unless he, I wouldn't say lights it up, but it becomes a factor in this push.
So
I'm fine with Van Ness.
He's at 7.5 sacks. I would say he's got to have 4.5 down the stretch here in the next 7 games. He's got to get to 12 sacks.
I was to say, 12 to 14 to me is the range.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if he gets to 12, then you're going, yeah, he's inconsistent, but 12 to 14 sacks is hard to come by.
Sure.
You got to pay for that.
Yeah, if he makes a difference in enough games throughout it, you live with the ups and downs.
What if
no
you
one's
get
taking
a sucker
money
to trade? Huh? No?
See if the Giants are interested. Maybe the Jets.
Yeah. Hey, I got this nice car. No, you can't look at it.
Dolphins.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Nope.
You can't look
Don't
at
you
it.
dare.
I got
Don't you
another
dare.
buddy comment. Is it a yes or a no? That's kind of the deal it would be.
Yeah, it's the approach we have left.
Yeah.
No, you can't watch this film.
Yeah.
What do you mean you already have it?
Luke Fickell said no film and no one around.
Take the Luke Fickell approach. Okay. We will get back to more Packers, but the Brewers had an interesting day yesterday from somebody opting into coming back to the team, plus an interesting tattoo from one of their studs. We dive into that next here on a Wendorf Wednesday on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Eastbound 94, right at the stadium interchange, we have a crash off on the right shoulder. So we got delays coming into that area from Hawley Road, but then, of course, we've got backups from the zoo to Hawley Road anyway, so it's going to be pretty much solid all the way through. The westbound side, backing up from just before 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. More backups from Highway 100 into Waukesha County all the way to Moreland Road. Southbound 43's got backups south of Silver Spring all the way down to Locust. Northbound, heavy from Kilbourne all the way up to Locust. Traffic is brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, providing memorable experiences for nearly 30 years. Get the perfect holiday gift this season, a Bartolotta's gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, morning patchy fog, then mostly cloudy skies, a high of 45. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 38. Weather is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals, member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
St. Nick meets St. Kate. The holidays are in full swing at St. Kate the Arts Hotel, where every celebration shines a little brighter. Browse unique gifts at the holiday marketplace, gather for unforgettable Christmas Eve and Christmas Day dining, and of course, don't miss Brunch with Santa, a family favorite filled with joy, treats, and holiday magic. Celebrate the season at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Visit stkatearts.com/holidays for all the details.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
And guess who didn't hit the hole? Zeke Elliott.
Ashton.
Well, I mean, yes. Yeah, right back there?
That's so true.
There's a direct shot. She took out the sniper rifle and just...
She got right up to me, took out a Glock, and just shot.
Yeah, right in the balls.
On 94.5 ESPN.
It is a Wendorf Wednesday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Fine folks over there at Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber Group. They believe in the human side of real estate, faith, family, friends. They move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so their clients win, no matter if it's buying or selling. Get started today. WendorfTeam.firstweber.com. Yesterday, a very interesting day in Major League Baseball. So, a handful of years ago, baseball put into where you can give qualifying offers to players. 1-year deal worth X amount of dollars. This year it was just a hair over $22 million. Mm-hmm. And if they decline the offer, you get a compensatory pick. So, for example, last year the Milwaukee Brewers put a qualifying offer out to Willy Adames. He turned it down, understandably so, signed his big-time deal with the San Francisco Giants, and in return, the Brewers ended up getting the 32nd pick in this past season's draft. So you can get a pretty good compensatory pick for said players. So with Brandon Woodruff set to be a free agent, they put a qualifying offer on him. He accepted the qualifying offer worth $22 million, so he will be back with the Brewers next season. And I think a lot of people were shocked, maybe even confused by this, but 4 of the 14 decided to accept the offer this year that was placed upon them, which is quite a bit. And I think there's some uncertainty going into the postseason because we don't know what's going to be happening in 2027 in Major League Baseball, if there's going to be a work stoppage or not. So I think a lot of people just went, yeah, I'll take the $22 million this year and figure it out later. And then there was some, does this mean they're actually going to trade Freddie Peralta? Yeah. Because now they got $30 million locked up in Peralta and Woody. Doesn't seem to be the case. At the GM meetings a couple of weeks ago, and this was before Woodruff accepted the qualifying offer, Matt Arnold was on the record saying, Yeah, I see, Freddie. I understand why you're asking me this question. We're going to listen, but I can't imagine we're going to be given, a Godfather offer for Freddie Peralta, and he's going to be a member of the team. I'm paraphrasing there, of course. And in an article that was up at The Athletic today, both the owner, Mark Attanasio, and the GM, president of baseball operations, Matt Arnold, both saying, hey, we like what our rotation is. I don't think these are two separate moves. I can't imagine that, just because he opted in, now they're going to trade Freddie. I think they're going to have both of them on the team next season. I think that's an exciting thing for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah, but what are the chances they trade him at the deadline?
If they're out of it, yeah, then they trade. Then both could be traded.
Like what would Freddie get? Would he get just a monster deal?
In free agency?
Yes.
I mean, he'll probably get a 5-year, $100 million type contract where he's getting like 20 a year. 20, maybe it's 5 years, 125.
Is that doable?
I don't know. They have a propensity at doing long-term deals where they're giving that up, especially for pitchers.
And how old is Freddie? Pushing 30?
He's getting closer to 30 now, yeah.
Okay.
I do want to correct the record. It is doable. Are they willing? That's a different question.
Yes. That's...
I mean, how long?
Yeah, so Freddie is 29 years old. He will be turning 30 next year.
And then how long do they remain elite? I mean, when is old in baseball for a pitcher?
It depends.
I know you look at Scherzer.
Well, because like Scherzer, Verlander, like those guys are still throwing, right? Like those guys are in their 40s still pitching and still being relatively effective. And they've had some different injuries here and there, but it depends upon how healthy is your shoulder. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Is there anyone else that's a free agent, or is this pretty much just roll it back?
Pretty much roll it back. I mean, Rhys Hoskins is a free agent.
Yeah, okay.
And he was missing for most of the team or most of the season.
Yes.
Danny Jansen, who was their bat that they acquired to be backup catcher. They've got a young catcher that's coming. Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the guts of the team are still under contract. Yes.
Why? What would you do, Joshy? 5 years, 100.
I mean, I would do it. I think you have the core that you want, and trying to find somebody to be Freddie in the next few years.
That is a pretty good route because Miz will be better, right?
You'd imagine
The problem is the Brewers don't want to be stuck paying $20 million a year for Freddie when he's 35 years old might be breaking down. That's the problem with a lot of these baseball contracts.
Yes.
Is you see on the back end, guys are just breaking down.
Yeah.
And the Willie Adames contract, it's not going to be worth it in year 5 and 6 for the San Francisco Giants.
Most teams make the decision of, we think these next 3-4 years, however many, are going to be worth it if we're paying for somebody who might not even be able to be out there, because their actual value versus what they're getting paid to our team outweighs what I'm actually giving them via contract. So if you're paying Freddie 25 and the 5th year is basically the last year, you go, well, he's probably worth 35 these if we are to break it down and he pitches as well as we think he's capable of. And that, I mean, like the Albert Pujols was a great example of that. They knew he wasn't going to be good late in his career.
But they knew he was also going to be chasing 3,000 hits, 600 home runs, 700 home runs, and that those would drive people to the ballpark and be worth it.
Yes, and the first 5 years of the contract, going to be worth it. Still going to be pretty much like Albert Pujols.
Is there anything they can look at in last year and say, okay, we can do this better? I mean, from a roster standpoint, or is it just like this is small market versus big market? We just have to get lucky.
I think they would want to get more power, right?
Yeah.
And that's where I'm curious to see if they could take advantage and sign anybody to a 1 or a 2 year deal this offseason to add a little bit more power at potentially third base.
Yeah.
At a place like that. That's what I'm curious.
Seems like a conversation we had earlier this season.
Well, and he did turn down his qualifying offer, which I thought was interesting for a 34-year-old going into an uncertain market.
Yeah.
So it seems like a gamble for Eugenio Suarez to turn down his qualifying offer heading into free agency. But he thinks he can do better than $22 million a year, apparently, or at least get a multi-year deal that gets him more guaranteed money.
Okay.
But I think that's an interesting thing to kind of keep an eye on for baseball. But the Brewers, I think, are in a good spot for next year.
I mean, I love it. It's just you got to kind of wait and see what other teams do.
Yeah. That's certainly part of it. But the Cubs look like they're probably losing one of their best hitters in Kyle Tucker.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to be going elsewhere because they're not going to pony up the money that I was reading something yesterday. Kyle Tucker could be worth $400 million
I don't get
in this economy.
Yeah.
Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. But the other thing I want to talk to when it comes to the Milwaukee Brewers, because the Brewers posted this on their social media yesterday, a guy that I think everybody loves, our guy, Wild Bill, William Contreras, got a new tattoo.
Oh.
But it's a tattoo of himself.
Oh.
Joshie is posting it on the YouTube page right now, so it is up there.
All right. Well, let's ask the resident tattoo guy who has a tattoo of someone else.
Someone else, totally fine. Yourself, a little strange.
So just to describe it for those who are listening on the radio and unable to watch on the YouTube stream, it's a two-shot. So the first one is him answering the phone call. The second is him with the phone call down after he hit the big home run against the Cubs, right?
Yes.
So that's where it's but it's a home. But
okay,
so it's a double tattoo of himself. And by the way, he's got another one. I don't know if you noticed this, Josh, when they were kind of showing. He also has another one somewhere else. This is on his forearm. I don't know if it's on the bicep or the other bicep of him putting the crown on himself. Yes. Which is part of his home run celebration. So this is not the only tattoo of himself that he has on him.
Which is weird, but let me tell you a story.
But if you do it twice, is that like a double negative and it cancels each other out?
Because I thought this was unbelievably weird. So Kenny Chesney lives in Key West.
Famously.
Me and my wife love Key West.
Yeah.
Love it. We go all the time. Absolutely love it. So there's this little bar that it's tiny. It's about as big as this room, Gabe. Maybe twice as big.
A little hole in the wall, sure.
What it's famous for is it's the first place Jimmy Buffett played.
Okay.
So every now and then, Kenny Chesney will get in his golf cart and go perform over there without anyone knowing, just play.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess Kenny Chesney wears a T-shirt with himself on it and listens to Kenny Chesney music while in the golf cart. What do you think of that?
Kenny just loves him some Kenny.
Josh?
Weird. Too much money, too much time away from people.
So that would be like me putting my Packer jersey on, watching a highlight reel of me, and inviting you guys over for some blammers.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys want to watch?
A little weird.
You guys want to watch Super Bowl 31 highlights?
Yeah.
That's us coming
a little
over.
Weird?
Yes, that's us coming over. You with your Super Bowl ring on and a jersey, and we walk in and just so happens the Super Bowl replay's on.
I mean, Chewy wearing one of the jerseys he wore would be just kind of a little more weird because it had the diaper. Like if you had the diaper like buttoned on
wearing
the bottom,
on the outside,
I'd have some questions. But how do we feel about tattoos on yourself?
Yeah, I'm out.
Tattoos of yourself on yourself.
I like the one I got. I would never get another one.
So you have the Superman tattoo.
It. That's enough for me. Don't regret it.
So you would not get this tattooed on yourself, is what you're saying?
No.
You would not get the picture of shirtless you tattooed somewhere on yourself. Like, this could look good on your back, man. Put this on your back. What do you think? No?
It's very disturbing that thing is still in
It's
here.
my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I think it's incredibly weird to get a picture of yourself.
I agree.
Remarkably weird. Even as cool as it looks, it's a well-done tattoo.
It's a great tattoo.
I mean, what are the questions you get when you're it's on your calf, right?
Yeah.
What are the questions you get?
So for those who don't know, what do you have on your calf?
I have Homer. I might have a picture of it somewhere here.
I mean, what? I would think the first question is, who is that? Followed by, why?
Yeah, a lot of people honestly don't ask. I just think it's probably part because tattoos are so common.
Yeah.
It's just now you see it all the time.
Well, and if you don't know the story behind it and you just see you with because again, there's like roses and like,
yes.
So if you don't know Joshie and you just see this picture or a tattoo of this old man on his calf, you just say, oh, maybe that's his grandpa.
Yes.
This is a way, so you don't ask, oh, no, that's not your grandfather? That's just someone you work with at a radio station?
That's crazy Uncle Homer.
Oh, Lord.
So we're out on that?
Yeah, totally out.
Put it on the
Homer,
Infinity
on just
exterior poles.
I think any face. I don't know.
I mean, it's a really cool tattoo. I do not.
Would you get in trouble?
No.
Okay.
No, if I wanted to get a tattoo, nobody would say anything to me. I've just never had the desire to get a tattoo.
Okay.
It's never been something that's ever crossed my mind.
Because Brett, before he got the Superman, which he put up high so his mother wouldn't see it in the jersey, has another tattoo in a weird place that you can't see, and the reason he did it is not to get in trouble.
I didn't realize he had a second tattoo.
Yeah.
What's the second tattoo of?
It's between me and him.
And everybody else in the locker room, I guess, that's seen it.
Yep. I would go, yep, that's him, like I did once before. Just leave it at that.
We'll just leave it at that. Shout out to TC, who adds on the Car Blues Talking text line. If you are looking for a Brewers fix, check out the latest episode of Thanalysis, where The Miz is the special guest of the Thanalysis episode. Jacob Mizorowski. So you can get more Brewers content over there on Thanalysis. Plus, it's back Black Friday at Ewald Automotive Group. It's their biggest event yet. Shop vehicles up to $10,000 off or 0% financing, zero down. They'll do whatever it takes to move all remaining 2025s. Their biggest savings of the year. Lowest interest rates, maximum trade values, huge selection. Black Friday is back. Going on now at every Ewald location. They make it easy. I've trusted them for years. You should trust them as well, whether it's buying your car, whether it's servicing your vehicle as well. All you need to do is go to ewaldauto.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, problems on the Rock Freeway heading northbound into the Hale interchange. We do have a crash that is blocking the left lane, so it's a bit of a squeeze into the Hale. So careful with that. We do still have the vehicle fire being cleaned up on 894 eastbound to northbound in the Mitchell interchange. The right shoulder is blocked with that. And then we have the crash on 94 eastbound right in the stadium interchange. It's off on the right shoulder. And folks are getting past it pretty well, considering we do have delays basically from 84th Street all the way through the stadium. On the westbound side, backing up from 27th Street to about Mitchell Boulevard. Traffic is brought to you by Safe Plow. When winter hits Wisconsin, Safe Plow keeps driveways and businesses clear with no-tolerance snow removal. They handle the blizzard so you can handle your business. Visit safeplow.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Patchy fog in the morning, then mostly cloudy with a high of 45. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 38. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Did you know Professional Construction, Inc. has an in-house team of interior designers? We're excited to bring our expertise to you with our brand new virtual interior design program. Maybe you're not ready for a full construction project, but you are ready to refresh that outdated room. Our PCI design team creates stunning photorealistic renderings, a mood board, and a curated shopping list, all delivered to you in just days.
For all your construction and design needs,
visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
Feel better, recover faster, and relax deeper, all from home. Infrared saunas from Good Health Saunas use safe, radiant heat that warms your body from the inside out, helping flush toxins, improve circulation, and melt away your stress. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. I've had my Good Health Sauna for a few years now, and I use it almost every day. My skin's clearer, I sleep better, and I feel amazing. Stop by the Good Health Sauna showroom in Waukesha to see the models in person, or visit goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in on those you care about and to remind ourselves that we are not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
Ready for the snap, and a timeout taken. The team looks a little bit lost. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, the winning play is simple. A whole house of new windows as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 6 years.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no interest. A championship move from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
No doubt, Wayne. And unlike the opponent's defense, Pella Windows actually stopped the drafts.
The draft picks we gave up for number one had to be the steal of the century.
True, but I'm talking about replacing all drafty windows.
Roger that. With energy-efficient windows that keep the cold out, you'll stay as toasty as a fan at a warm weather preseason game.
Pay as low as $297 a month for a whole house of new Pella windows.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today.
Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 11/30/2025.
Now's the time to plan your total experience getaway to the Island Resort and Casino. With over 450 hotel rooms and a luxurious spa, relax in style before diving into non-stop casino action. Watch your favorite teams on the big screens and enjoy great food and drinks at T. McSee Sports Bar, or savor top-tier dining at Horizon Steakhouse. Then amp up your night with live music and comedy. Head to where the big game, big wins, and big fun come together. The Island Resort and Casino.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I have told you how many times?
know.
Do not mess with
Yes.
electricity, Chew.
And I don't. I did. I did. But I don't.
Incident? There was one.
Plumbing, you're going to get wet. Electricity, you're going to die.
On 94.5 ESPN.
It is a Wendorf Wednesday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. So we were just taking a look at the defense and having some conversations around that for the Green Bay Packers. So right now the offense, I would say, is they've underwhelmed through 10 games of the season. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
So last year they finished 8th in scoring. This year they're outside the top 10 in both points and yards. They're 12th in points, 13th in points, 12th in yards.
Mm-hmm.
If the Packers want to be taken as a serious contender, a team that can even do, because right now, the way things have been going, the way they've been playing, even if they're a playoff team, I would not trust them to go on the road and beat anyone. If they're going to have success in these next 3 games, if they're going to ultimately win the division, potentially win a couple of playoff games, what does that have to rise to? What does that number have to rise to?
With the defense at what?
Let's say the defense stays the same. Defense is fringe top 5. They're 7th in points, 6th in yards. So fringe top 5 defense. Where does that offense need to get?
8.
Okay.
8. Because even look this week, or this last week against the Giants, I was surprised they scored 20. You know? And it was fine. I mean, it's the Giants. Sometimes you play down to your competition. But I also thought they would score more than, well, maybe not, 27. See, I don't know what this team is right now. I don't think anyone knows what this team is. But we're getting close to, like, okay, things got to start coming together. I would say, and it doesn't have to happen right now, but you want to see a progression.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, with 5 games left in the season, you really want to see, okay, I could see this. I think I already see it in the D, you know, although I'd like a little help from the other guys on the D line. But offensively, and I'll give LaFleur, presuming they win, not lose.
Against Minnesota.
And Detroit.
They're 6.5-point favorites right now.
Detroit, not so much, because they got some tough games coming up. But he's got to kind of figure this thing out, you know, because you're going to get limited production from your tight ends. That's just the way it is.
Yeah,
you're going to get limited. So he's got to find a way to get yards with 3 and 4 receivers. So it's kind of a pivot now in the middle of the season because you lost probably your best weapon.
Which, honestly, is something he's done pretty well.
Yes.
Over the course of his career, whether it's, again, short-term injuries to Devontae Adams. Last year, it was the injury to Jordan Love. He's done a decent job of kind of having, when he's had to pivot middle of the season, he has typically found those answers. that you need in that offense.
But it's like, okay, Jaden Reed, how long is he going to take to get his legs back under him? You know? Because the 3 receiver, when you have Watson, Reed, and Dobbs and or Golden, that's pretty good. It's not great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. It's just the tight end position, especially in bad weather, Gabe, where you can be predominantly run, your play action passing game is big, and that involves the tight end. So
I think
he's got to figure it out, is what I'm trying to say.
When everybody is healthy, I would agree. I think their best 3 receiver set is Golden, Watson, and Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't think we're going to see those 3 on the field at the same time all that often.
No, but he loves Dobbs.
Because he loves Dobbs, so does Jordan Love, and I don't get it. I just keep coming back to it. I just don't get it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's really the only one. Even Dobbs is limited in what he can do on the field. There's a connection. And sometimes when quarterbacks get a little jittery or panic, they go to that connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what happens when that connection drops to really easy balls like he did this week?
I just don't know if they're playing or they're utilizing Golden's skill set.
I don't think they are.
I would agree.
I don't think
and
they
I'm
are.
not saying just let him go down the field and run. Because I kind of saw, this is how I looked at him, is a Tyreek Hill light. Small guy, fast, shifty, you know. Everyone has their favorite routes, Gabe.
Wouldn't his best role just be what the Romeo Dobbs role is right now?
I think right now, I think he'd be great against man. You know?
Yeah, I would agree.
And I'm sick of beating my head against the wall.
Well,
it's like,
and I said
just give the guy a little bit of a pick or give him a little help.
Well, so here's the thing, too. I said this. I think I said this on Monday. There was a route that Romeo Dobbs ran. It was just this little underneath route, just a little drag route on 3rd and I don't know if it was 6 and 7, whatever it was. And Golden did a great job kind of clearing out the area. They got it to Dobbs, but the problem with Romeo, he's not that fast.
No.
So he had to reach and extend the ball in order to get the first down.
Mm-hmm.
I would give anything just if those two would have flipped spots on that play. Have Dobbs clear it out because then you can get him going a little bit like that, and that's how those catch and run opportunities start. Not these little bubble screens and the stuff behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Get him going on that underneath route where you get him a little space, get the ball to him with a little bit of that momentum going forward, and then you can get those run after catch yards. Because right now the run after the catch doesn't exist for anyone outside of Jaden Reed, who could be, again, we're assuming he's coming back. But I also think Golden can be one of those guys. He proved that he could do those things at Texas. They just haven't put him in those positions to do those things.
But the other thing that hasn't been talked about is there is a rookie wall, I'm telling you. And even though the college season is extended, you hit the rookie wall because you were in that building a lot of times from 8 in the morning till 6 at night. You know, college, you got to go to class, interact with this. You're not living it, you know. So you're there for probably 5 hours. Sometimes you just get to the point of like, I need a break. You know, for veterans, it's easy. It's like, this is my life, you know.
Yeah.
You like getting out of the house, you know. For rookies, it's like, when's our next bye?
So when do you get to the point where you become like you and you don't want to leave the house?
Second year. The first year's always, you know.
Well, no. So you said once you become a veteran, you're like, oh, I like getting out of the house.
Yeah.
Now you're at a point in your life where you don't want to get out of the house. You like being in the house. And you've got a mandate put upon you that you have to interact with people outside of your house.
I like coming here.
Do you?
Yeah.
You complain about the drive
I wish it was a little later.
You complain about the time, you complain about the drive an awful lot.
Mondays.
But it is nice.
Fridays,
nice.
too, on occasion.
Yeah, well,
because he's a little hung on Fridays, if we're being honest.
The blammer.
If only there was something we could do about that.
Yeah. I could bring the blammer in.
There's nothing we could do, Josh. We expect Blammer Thursday to go away? Come on now. Let's not be unrealistic here with our expectations.
No.
Yeah, so I'm really curious because that offense does need to tick up. And that's where all the pressure lies, is within that offense. And I'm curious to see if Jaden Reed can be a part of those solutions that they come up with to help supplement the offense with no Tucker Kraft. Do we wrap up the show? It's coming up next. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Josh DiMaggio here from my friends at Wanna Parlay, my favorite daily fantasy sports app with the absolute largest payouts on parlays. You've heard me talk about them before, but it's football season and it is time to play. This weekend, I'm looking at a 5-person anytime touchdown parlay. I got Josh Allen to score, Rashee Rice, Jonathan Taylor, Travion Henderson for the Patriots, and Zay Flowers. Here's what you should do. Download the Wanna Parlay app, click around, and when you decide to upload money to play and get into the action, use promo code JGC for a 100% deposit match for up to $250. Download the Wanna Parlay app, use promo code JGC, and let's play the world's richest parlay today. You must be 18 years or older to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER today.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
People say buying a home in winter is tough.
But fewer buyers means less competition, and motivated sellers can mean better opportunities.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. When the perfect home appears, our team at Tony Wendorf & Associates helps you move fast, even during the snow.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service by simply searching online Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
This holiday season, celebrate where Milwaukee comes together. 3rd Street Market Hall. Whether you're planning a private party, a semi-private gathering, or a festive social night out, we've got the space, the flavor, and the fun to make it unforgettable. With incredible local food vendors, craft cocktails, and built-in entertainment like shuffleboard, games, and more, your group will have a holiday party they'll talk about all year long. Visit 3rdstreetmarkethall.com for more information on booking your event.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. With holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust Accutrans Group to handle all my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or a festive celebration, Accutrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Hamilton High School volleyball standout Aubrey Hicks. Hicks delivered a dominant performance on the biggest stage, recording a team-high 14 kills, 8 digs, and 2 aces, as number 3 ranked Sussex Hamilton upset top-seeded 3-time defending state champion Divine Savior Holy Angels in straight sets to win the WIAA Division I state title at the Resch Center. Aubrey's leadership and clutch play helped secure Hamilton's first ever volleyball state championship, capping off a remarkable run. As a middle blocker and right side hitter, Hicks has earned second team all-conference and honorable mention all-state honors the past 2 seasons. Even though she's a senior, Aubrey's volleyball journey is far from over, as she is committed to continue her career at Marquette University next year. Congratulations to Aubrey Hicks, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete Bracket of the Week.
Win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th, which includes access to Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination, the Tundra Trio. 3 upscale homes just steps from the stadium, featuring next-level pre- and post-game festivities with gourmet food and premium drinks. Thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. Enter to win now at ESPNWisconsin.com. Wherever you watch the game, nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper. Enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next visit to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd.
You were listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Yes, that would have been much worse than what ended up happening.
Finally got the which would be worse and what would be better. Finally, we figured it out.
You can't just be showing your junk on national TV.
It would have got a lot of clicks.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Chewy again, Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber Group. They believe in the human side of real estate. Check them out, wendorfteam.firstweber.com. So we've decided we're completely out. Did we put that on an Infinity Exteriors poll?
We did.
In or out on a tattoo of yourself? What?
Yeah, I'd have to check the result. I didn't have.
So right now, yes. So right now we're 22 minutes in. So again, still plenty of time to vote. Is it weird to get a tattoo of a picture of yourself on yourself?
89%
of people say yes. It's kind of weird.
Okay, yeah, it is very weird.
I don't know. It's a really good tattoo though, and it's a really good moment. I think I'm in on it. For Wild, maybe I'm just sticking up for my guy. His name's Wild Bill, after all.
That's a large part of.
But I'm going to stick up for my guy, Wild Bill, and I say it looks good on him. Like, if I were to do it, yeah, that's weird. If Josh were to do it, that's weird. Wild Bill, I think it's okay.
Okay.